So I'm Liz Keane and I'm the proud owner of Keane HR Consulting. I also own Keane Assist and I support small businesses with HR support, ad hoc support projects. So I was very new in business. I was probably at the start of my journey really, rather than looking to scale up. I think when you're coming from being an expert in your field to then setting up your own business, then all of a sudden you're a marketeer, you're an accountant. Not that I was struggling with it, but it was the confidence, I think, for me, more than anything. And I think part of me as well was thinking, well, you know, clients are just going to drop in your lap. And I think that realisation then sets in and you think, oof, you know, this is a lot tougher than what I thought it'd be. But yeah, that's kind of where I was initially. So once the sessions actually started, we did 8-week sessions initially, and then we continued with the accountability sessions. I found it really good because you build your own little network, and even though we were all at very different stages of business, I felt like I had people who understood and people who could help me through and carry me through. We learnt so much off each other. And then the accountability sessions, I think, were probably what were really good for me. I think when you're on your own in business, you're not really accountable to anybody other than yourself. And I think you get to a point where you think, well, if I don't do it, it doesn't matter. Even though the people that I was with probably weren't bothered whether I did what I say I was going to do, but I was bothered because I'd told them that. The accountability sessions for me were definitely, you know, the part that I probably got the most out of, to be honest. I think the one thing that really shifted for me through the process was probably, that's a really good question. It probably is the accountability. I think when you're committing to yourself that you're going to deliver on something and then you don't, it doesn't matter. But I think it is one of my values. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, you do it. And I think the fact that I was talking to the people who were in my group, telling them I was going to commit to doing something, and the following month, it's on me to make sure that I do it. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that I got out of it. I think if I was working with somebody else in a business, I think I'd probably say it's well worth working with Summit. I did get a lot out of it. And I think certainly, you know, whether you're a startup, which I am, or whether you're a scale up, I think even though you're kind of following the same course, I think you get as much out of it, you know, regardless of where you are on your business journey. Definitely worth doing, absolutely. I think when I first started, I wasn't 100% sure on where I was going. And now I've got that clarity, and that's probably one of the biggest things that I've got out of it. I've got my goal, I've also got the clarity on what I'm doing and where I'm going. Would I still be in the same situation now had I not done it? Maybe not, because maybe I would have still been teetering on the edge saying, oof, am I going the right way? Should I be going this way? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Now I'm clear. I know what I'm doing. Yes, there are little things off to the sides that you think, oh, well, maybe I should chase that. But no, I'm very clear. Is there a specific goal? Yeah, probably early retirement. What advice could I give you if you're thinking about doing the GPS? We know what we're doing and what we should be doing. GPS just helps get that clarity. And you know, sometimes what you think is the right thing isn't always the right thing. And just having other people who are in similar situations as you and talking about it, they can help you get that clarity on whether it is the right thing to do. I mean, I've got a perfect example of when I was questioning whether I should do something. It was never something that I was going to do. It was never in my plan. And I spoke to the team and I said, I'm thinking of doing this. And Chris was just very direct and said, you know, you need to make sure that you're keeping the main thing. Yeah, okay, that's all I needed, just to kind of keep me on track. So yeah, you know, the advice that you're getting as well along the way is second to none. I think they're a great team. They're dead welcoming. Nothing's too big. Nothing's too small. You know, you've got any issues, any concerns. We had a really great team who I know that if I have got anything on the back of my mind that I need to just bounce off, I know that I can contact any one of them, you know, and just bounce it off. And we have said that we will continue to meet up even though we've finished, just so we can keep that connection.